you everyone. Welcome to my football weekend debate show. Sorry about yesterday as well, by the way. Didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. Obviously, the stream wasn't great, and I've actually deleted it because I didn't think I was up to my best yesterday with doing it. And I only really done the preview in the end for our game against Brighton away. And what a shit show that was, really, I suppose. Although we only lost 2-1, but of course we've got more injuries now with the loss of Brian and Bomo is out. So it never rains but it pours for us, I'm afraid. We don't know how long he's going to be out, how serious his injury is, but, you know, obviously, unfortunately, he's out now, and it's adding to the long list we got of injuries. So we didn't get smashed by Brighton. I suppose that was also a good positive thing. And we done a decent performance, but nothing special. But at least we only lost 2-1, and it weren't bad against a good team like Brighton. We pretty much held our own most of the time against them, but you know, I suppose their extra bit of class or quality, whatever you like to call it, stood out in the end, and obviously beat us in the end, I'm afraid. Quality goal by Mitoma, of course. Class goal. Brilliant. But, unfortunately, that's it for us. Gross, I think. It was Gross, actually, who got the goal, but first goal. And, happy for that young guy, Henschel, I believe, 18-year-old for Brighton. He got the second goal. But there you go. It's what can we do? We did take the lead, and Bomo got the penalty, of course. Scored the penalty, great penalty. But unfortunately, he's out. So we may have Jensen back for the weekend, which is one good thing, a positive. So we got Sheffield United. So come on, we've got to start getting back on the winning track again. We've got to beat them, surely. Of course, it's going to get a little bit difficult after that, I think. Slightly difficult with Villa and everything, but, we take every game as it comes and cross that road when we come, bridge when we come to that. So, we've got one comment from Hanno here. Yeah, I was going to do it 5:30, mate, but I've decided to stick with 5 o'clock because we've got obviously quite a bit to get through here. So I thought I'd keep it to 5. And if you're welcome to come on, anyone is. I'll put the link in the group, in the chats and everything. So the link is there. But I have got a guest on today. Was supposed to be in here yesterday. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, he's here today. Stephen, again, the Luton fan. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, but I'll bring Stephen in now. Hi, mate. How you doing?
Back again.
Yeah, what happened yesterday? I don't know what happened yesterday.
No, I don't know what happened yesterday. I just didn't get no link through until too late.
Oh, well, I do put it through, man. I put it through.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what was up with my Instagram.
No, man. Well, never mind. You're here today, so that's cool. Because we need to obviously get through a bit here, a bit of debate.
Yeah, don't be so down about yesterday. I mean, it was just a great shot for that 18-year-old. So it was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm happy for him anyway. It's good for a youngster to get the goal, and
from an England point of view, it's good as well that we've got another youngster coming through. I just hope Brighton nurture him well enough, and he progresses.
Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. I mean, it's good to see young talent coming through. Brilliant, and maybe he could be an England player one day. You never know if he's that good. We need some good talent there.
If you nurture him right, he will be.
Yeah. Well, England need good talent, and we ain't got it because keep getting the favourites put in all the time from Southgate. So. But we're not going into that. That's not for today's show, the debate show, I'm afraid. That could take even longer.
We'll leave that till March.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. We don't want to go into all that and all. Bloody hell. But You know, this is going to be bad enough today, going on about the refereeing and everything, man.
Oh, don't even go there. I've got so many different theories because I listened to all the Sky Sports the other day. Jeez, the amount of theories they were going through.
Oh, good, man. Right, let's get on to the first one here. Speaking of the refereeing, let's get on to that about City and Spurs. Yeah, offside debacle. Should the ref Simon Hooper have received punishment like players do? When referees make mistakes, surely they should be punished as well, Stephen. Don't you agree?
They are punished to a way, aren't they? When they make really bad decisions and that, I still think Andy Taylor's a tosser. I mean, I can't believe he refereed our game the other night. They get punished by going down the levels like the Championship, League 1, League 2, and I think that's a kind of punishment. I mean, okay, players get fined, but I don't think referees make the kind of money that footballers want. So I suppose them getting relegated to a different division is a good enough punishment if they make a really poor error. But I mean, we just take that game first of the season, Wolves Man United. That bloke was promoted for free for a month down in League 1. Series of to come back. So maybe that's good enough. Maybe if they get relegated to lower leagues, I mean, I think that's good enough punishment to begin with. Yeah,
but why wasn't he done that? Why wasn't that happened to him?
Right, I got three theories why Hooper done it. Right, first theory was okay. Let's get the first one out of the way. Right, bad call. No doubt about it. Holland was fouled. Fair enough, but he got straight back up and played the ball over to Grealish.
Grealish was
straight through. Right, why did he blow? Right, the only three theories I can come up with why he blew is: did he think the goalie would have got there before Grealish did? Maybe not. Did he think? Davies would have got back and Howard fouled him or managed to clear the ball? Or did he think? Did he think that he made a fat howler in the first place, so just bring it back anyway because he made a mistake and just blew?
Yeah.
There's three theories. Did he make a mistake? Did he think Davies would have got back, or did he think the goalie would have got it? I thought in my eyes, I thought Grealish had the ball because Grealish is quite quick anyway. Not the quickest, but he's quite quick and technically gifted anyway. I think he'd have got a shot away, but according to Hooper, it could have been the goalie would have got it. Davies could have got back, or he just blew up because he made a mistake. They're the three. They're the three theories I can come up with. But you shouldn't. But if you play on, why try and correct yourself? If you made a mistake, just let it continue. You said play on. You went like that. Play on. Why bring it back?
Yeah.
Because you're going past the phase of play. He's been fouled. He's got up. He's played the ball, and then you make the call. Well, he said play on to begin with, and then he brought it back. Is that a genuine mistake, or do you think, like I said, Davies will get back or the goalie make it? You can make your own mind up on that. Only he can tell you what really happened.
Yeah,
he was refereeing the Liverpool game last night, so he was refereeing Sheffield United Liverpool last night. So.
Yeah, the thing is, though, mate, at the end of the day, it's a bad call because.
I'm not saying it's not a bad call. I'll just go for the theories that. I'll just go for the theories that what he may have thought. It's a bad call, no matter whatever spin you put on it is a bad call. But I'm just saying what he might have been going through his head. Why he done it? I'm not clearing him of any wrongdoing because it was a wrong call.
Yeah,
That's not up to debate. It was a wrong call. That's not the debate. I'm just saying what he might have thought. Yeah. The wrong call stands. I know it's the wrong call. You know it's the wrong call. I think Man City fans know it was a bit of a wrong call. I think even Tottenham fans think, bloody hell, we got off for one there.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's cost them a goal. I mean, they probably might.
But it's cost them a goal opportunity from Man City's point of view. you got to remember, would have Davis got back, or would the goalie got it, or would have actually Grealish got a shot away? You got to think on the other sides. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Hello. He might have been offside, but I don't think he was. I don't think that's up for debate, Hello. To be perfectly honest, I don't think he was.
We all could see he wasn't. He wasn't.
But no, yeah, but Hannah's saying that offside was the only option. No, it was Hannah, it was the wrong call. But I'm just saying that he might have thought the goalie could have got it. Davis might have got back to make the challenge, or it was offside like you're called, or he just made a wrong error by bringing it back when he should have bothered. But whichever call you want to make, offside, ball, goalie, whatever, it's still the wrong call no matter what anyone says. It's still bad officiating.
Yeah.
And if you go on punishment, he should be promoted for at least a couple of months.
Because we're led to believe that these referees know all the rules of football, and that's the wrong. You got that rule wrong. If he knew the rules, he got it wrong.
You say that, Steve, but think about it. These rules are tinkered every season. There's another rule in. There's a little bit here. There's a little bit there. And I don't think half the referees know exactly the rule book. But that one is an obvious call. That one, referee should know. Play on. He got back up. He's played the ball through. That's the obvious one. But all these little rules, I don't think the referees know half the rules. Big up, Chris. Have you got two, buddy?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, lads. Hope you're well. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I don't think they know half the rules. They know that was a simple rule. Play on.
Yeah.
He should have just done it. He made the call. Play on. Just do it now. Let it play on, right? Bring it back after playing the ball through. That's a big mistake. Or, like you said, was there a reason in his head? Only he will tell you.
Yeah. So Hanno's put another message in the comment. He wasn't. That was the surprise. He cost City a clear goal scoring opportunity.
From City's point of view, it looked like Grealish was going to go through, right? That's all I can say. It looked like, from our point of view, it's going to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as I say, my opinion is he's got it really running truly wrong because he didn't know the actual rule.
That's not for debate.
Because, as we know now, they let the play go. They always let the play go.
Once you made the call, you let it go. You can't bring it back and think, shit, I made a mistake, blow.
It's the same with the linesmen now. They have to let the play go.
I totally agree with Chris. 100%, I agree with you. 100%. All I've done, Chris, is put a spin on the coin. We know it was a wrong call. Yeah. Totally atrocious, like you said. I'm just saying what Hooper might have thought. That's all. I'm not saying it wasn't a wrong call, because it was. I'm just putting another spin on it. What might have been going through his head, that's all.
Yeah. Can't stop an attack because just maybe they don't score.
Well, Hanno, the thing would have been, he lets the ball, he continues with it. Let the play continue. If Grealish scores, then you look at the offside call after that. You let the play continue, like, they'll do that. Let the play offside rule or whatever. Let the play continue. He scores, then you can go back and look at the VAR or whatever after the ball has gone. If the ball ends up in the back of the net, if it ended up in the back of the net, but obviously that didn't happen because he blew the buzzer whistle and made the atrocious call. So it's hypothetical, really. But yeah, he would. I guess if he did score, he would have put the ball. He would have gone to VAR. There's no doubt about it, Hanno. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I think either way it's bad, and at the end of the day, look at the linesmen. They can't flag straight away anymore.
No, they don't.
Which I think is a shit rule.
It's a fucking shit rule, and there's about 4 free booming things that happen, and then he puts out 10, 15 seconds later. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah. And the player gets fucking injured at the end of the day for all that. Not putting the flag up straight away, goes straight through and gets fucking injured. I hate all that, man.
Chris, I'm not blaming the teams. The teams fault it on their own, but that decision did cost them actually maybe 3 points. Maybe. They have been atrocious before games. I agree with you. They ain't been on top form, but it could have cost them that 3 points. So We're not blaming every wrong decision. We're not blaming them all. That was a clear, error. And you watch football as well. I do, Chris. You got to say that was a bad error.
Yeah. Don't know their own rules. Exactly.
That's what I was saying, Chris. They tinker with his rule book so many times. I don't think the referees know half of it. I agree. I totally agree with him.
Yeah.
They tinker with his rule book so many times. I think the referees ain't got a bloody clue if they're left elbow from their right with the rules. I don't think they do.
Or their arse from their elbow, basically.
That's the one. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. That's the one.
Yeah, it's right, mate. But I mean, I just think I just don't understand it. As I say, with the linesman thing, I really hate that rule. That has got to go, man. I can't believe they're still continuing with that rule. You got. I still think the rule. I think the rule book is still. I think the rules are still shit. I want that ball for a corner to be put in that D, not the circumference of the ball on the line. Put it in a D. Everyone knows where they stand with that. Put it in the D. Job done. That's a rule that you can stand by. You put it in that D. Everyone knows where you are. Yeah. True, Chris. Pep stubbornness to stick with one DM instead of playing 2 or 3.
Well, yeah, we could look at formations and different tactics all day long. We'll be here for hours doing that.
Lower divisions, you go the worst officials are. I'm just thankful no VAR for Carlisle. Yeah, right, mate.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I'll be truthful. When we were in the lower divisions, we had the worst officials going.
Yeah.
So I know exactly where you are, mate. I'm in your. I feel for you.
And now you're in the Prem, bruv. You got them even worse as well. Fucking hell, man.
Maybe so. Yeah. It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't know how we're gonna. I mean, there's no way of rectifying what's happened. You can't go back.
No, you can't go back.
Obviously, it's happened, and we kind of have to move on. But it does make it right.
I just hope he will learn from that mistake.
Yeah. Well,
I know he's only human, but when he said play on and then he brought it back, I thought, what is he doing?
I mean, isn't he a fairly new ref as well? I haven't seen him in many other
games. You have to look up on that. I don't know. Maybe Chris could shed some light on that. I don't know.
I mean, because I can get it I can sort of understand it if he's sort of a newish ref.
Yeah, but if he's a newish ref, right, and the referee, if he's a newish ref and he's qualified to ref in the Premier League, then that's the FA have got our faith in him.
Yeah.
You know, all these referees, right? I've got a mate who's a referee in the lower leagues, like lower leagues, Ishman League and stuff. Yeah. And he says that you start off working like lines, and then you start officiating the ref and all that, and then you get picked to go up levels, and then they assess you, and then they pick another 4, and so forth.
Yeah,
he said it's a weird way of what they do, but they go for their refereeing, coaching, and they go off to different various countries to learn their trade, and then they come back and they get assessed and stuff. So, yeah, that's all I know.
But whatever they're doing isn't really working, is it? Whatever they're learning, he's not good enough. It's not the technology; it's the people using it, and.
Chris, I agree. I agree. If it isn't working, hasn't worked for the last 3 or 4 months, scrap it now. I'll go back to actually chewing a goal. Yeah.
And that is another thing. It ruins the celebration, doesn't it? Because you don't know if it's actually a goal or not, and the players are scared to celebrate.
We got Chelsea fans.
It's actually a goal.
Welcome, fella.
Yeah, Chelsea fan. Nice one, dude.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, you don't know.
I think. Yeah, I mean, VAR's lost all. Being VAR in has lost all that debate that you go into a pub on a Saturday night or Sunday night and go, "Oh, that was offside." Nah, it weren't. Yeah, it was. And they go, "Oh, VAR said it was." Nah, that beats all the object of you having a debate with your fellow man. Go, "Oh, that was offside." No, I don't think it was. It looked a bit offside. Nah, I think it's clear onside. You know that old debate you used to have back in the pub.
Yeah.
That's all gone now. You can have it in Championship, League 1, League 1, League 2, but you can't have it in the Premiership because VR ruined all that debate about it being offside or not offside anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, mate. It's just all. I don't know what we can say about this anymore. It's just. I mean, you know, it's going to keep happening every weekend, every game, every week, even whenever matches are played.
Yeah. I get that, Chris. I get that totally. Yeah.
Well, I'm cheering my second team Liverpool goals.
Cheering too early.
Celebrating early. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that.
Yeah. All right, cheers. Good win for Liverpool yesterday.
It was a good win for Liverpool yesterday. They done enough on Chris Wilder's first game back.
Yeah. Well, they only lost 2-0, Sheffield United, so. But I think
Liverpool weren't their best, though, really. I mean, they didn't click out of third gear, really, did they? Especially with Darwin.
Darwin, yeah.
Oh, Hanno, you are funny.
He hasn't evolved as much as you think, has he, Darwin?
No, he hasn't really. Everyone thought this would be his season, but it ain't so far.
Chelsea fan, hi Hanno, yeah. Two Chelsea fans. I think that's the only two that we have, isn't it? Chelsea fans.
So.
I
think so, yeah.
We got them in here.
Yeah.
But, and I'll get something back from Hanno and that in a minute, but I don't care. That's true. Yeah, because Chelsea are on shit street at the moment. They're fucking useless at the moment, let's be honest.
Chris, to be fair with you, he's only been there 24 hours, buddy, so I don't think he really had a choice to play what was already there. He'll have a full week this week, till Saturday, Sunday, whichever day they play. I don't really care. But Wilder will get back in there, he'll make his changes, and it might have an impact, it might not. But in 24 hours, there's not much you can change really, when you're getting ready for a game and stuff. So maybe next week you might see an impact. Let's wipe yesterday off the board. Give Wilder a bit more time, a few days in the training ground, and see what impact he does make and what changes he makes, and then we can assess him a little bit more on that performance. Because yesterday 24 hours is not enough. You're getting ready for a team. There's not much you can change really quickly, and you just go with what you got. So next week we'll see.
Yeah, Sheffield United, Hanno. Already said it, mate. We've got Sheffield United this Saturday. And that's who we're talking about now. We'll see with old Gene Wilder, as I call him, come back there. Old Blazing Saddles, Gene Wilder. But some people won't know I'm on about,
Gene
probably. But Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder. Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, yeah.
Yeah, you see that there's a new film out.
Yeah, but like I just said, yeah, they're playing Sheffield United, and we'll see what impact Wilder makes on that. I mean, Steve will be able to know more when he sees the teams come out. When he'll do a vast review on that, after the game, so he'll know more.
Yeah,
obviously, I'm away Saturday. I'm going to see my dad and family. So
nice one, man.
And from there, I come home, have a bit of a kip, and then Sunday, straight back up to Luton and watch another fucking top team in Man City.
Oh dear, yeah. Yeah, but they are struggling. You know, you could do them. You see how good.
Right, this is the thing that I've got. This is the problem I've got. Right, this is the problem I've got. Yeah, they're in bad form. I get it. But they're going to be pissed off soon, one day, and they're going to spank someone. I just hope Sunday is not us. We don't want to be Man City's whipping boys for being pissed off.
Exactly. You don't, do you? But
we don't want to be their whipping boys because they've had 3 bad results. We don't want them to whip us to get their confidence back. That's not what we're there for. We're there to give them a fucking hard game that we give Arsenal. I'm pissed off that a fucking referee played them an extra minute.
Yeah, great game though. I love watching that match. It was a great game for the neutrals, you know, at 4-3. You know, I feel sorry for you lot, of course, but you know,
I tell you what, driving home, the journey home was silent. It was flat. It was awful. Thank God I weren't driving home that day. I just sat at the window, looking out the window. No one talked anything. We heard Edwards on the radio. That's about all we heard, and the rest of it, it was silent. It was flat in the ride home. We couldn't even talk about the game. We talked yesterday. Obviously, we talked a bit more yesterday afternoon, early evening afternoon. Talked a bit more about it, but that was an awkward drive home.
Yeah.
I hope you're right, Hanno. I seriously hope you're right, because that'd be the talking point of the weekend if we do.
Luton will beat them. Well,
fucking hell, I'll tell you what, Chelsea fan, if that happens, I'll tell you what, you'll see me on here bouncing around for days if we do.
We'll have
for days.
Have to try and pull you down, mate, from the ceiling, wouldn't we?
You will.
You'll love it, man.
I would absolutely love that. I'll be in limbs in that stand if we do.
Yeah, I hope you do beat them, though. I think you know you got them at a good time now to beat them. You know, they lost to old.
I'll tell you what. To be fair, we took top of the table. We took at the top of the table. Yeah. We didn't need to, Hanno. The ball was played in, headed away. It went back to Odegaard, and then it went to Zinchenko. That's the phase of play over. He should have blown up then. But he allowed Zinchenko to play it back to Odegaard to swing in for Royce. That's more time than what was on that that was allowed. The phase of play was take the free kick. It was headed away. That's it. Over. Not Odegaard to play to Zinchenko to play back to him and then throw it over to Royce. That's more than he should have had anyway. The phase of play was over after he headed it away. But that's another referee fucking standard, so bollocks.
Yeah.
Andy Taylor for you. What a tossing fucking follically he is. Follically challenged he is. Get some hair.
Yeah. Just call him a baldy twat, really. Baldy twat.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, it depends on their lineup. Yeah. Everton will beat you.
Well, we'll have Sammy Lukonga back. He was fit, but obviously he couldn't play against his parent club Arsenal. So we'll have Lukonga back. Nakamba has been out for a little while. I think he'll still be sidelined. So really, I mean, I think it's near enough. What we've got is what we'll go with. I mean, Lukonga will be a big, huge plus because we need that defensive midfielder when Nakamba's not there. So I suppose it'll be Barkley and Lukonga that will start in that middle part, and hopefully they can control it a little bit. Obviously, Man City will be without Kevin De Bruyne, which so glad he's not playing because he's one of them players that will just take the game. If he thinks he can take the game, he'll take it by the scruff of the neck. He won't play. Jorginho might be missed as well, so he's a big instrumental in that park. If we can play the park to our advantage and play tight, compact football like we know we can, I think we can have a go at City. I'm not saying we're going to beat them, but we can have a go at them. See what resilience they've got. See if we can press their defense and see how defensive they are. Because Arsenal was shit. Arsenal was shaky as fuck at the back.
Yeah.
If we can make inroads in Man City's defense and set pieces with the main thing, because we're great at set pieces. You know that from the other night. If we can do set pieces. Yeah, Deco will be out as well, yeah. If we didn't make set pieces, we'll see what Man City's defence is actually like. That's all I'm going to say is if we can make inroads in their defence and sort of do set pieces, crosses, corners, see what resilience they've got in their defence. We saw how shaky Arsenal were. We see how shaky Liverpool were. Can we make Man City shake as well?
Yeah.
That's a big question. But that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm gonna quit on my head, I think.
Yeah, best to, I think. Yeah, and by the way, this isn't a match review of the weekend's games or whatever. We shouldn't really be going into all that, but never mind. It's good.
Oh,
It's a bit of a discussion.
It's one of them things we just thought it sort of goes from one topic and then it continues into another topic, really, don't it? So, but yeah.
But anyway,
we'll save the rest of that for another day. But yeah, referees in general is poor. It is poor in the Premiership at the moment because I don't think they know their arse from their elbow, and exactly. VAR is not helping, and the VAR ain't helping them at all. I don't think it's helping them at all. I think referees are poor for it.
And has it really taken it out of their hands, the decisions with VAR? Has it sort of changing their minds or mucking them up, confusing them?
Right, the thing is, and a few people said it rightly on commentary the other day, when he goes to the TV, you know he's going to change his mind. You know what's going to be. If he says, if he won't penalty, he goes to the TV, you know he's going to give it.
Yeah.
Every time he goes to the referee, you go, yeah, that's going to change his mind. He's going to give it. He's going to give it. And you see him come out, blow his whistle, big fucking TV, penalty.
Yeah.
Big up, Bailey.
Yeah, big up, Bailey.
Are we still going to be done by Christmas, Bailey? Because time's ticking. Time's ticking.
Let's not open that can of worms again, mate. Anyway,
just thought I was just saying, time's ticking. What are we on now? 6th of December. 6th of December.
Yeah. Facts. Ref needs to go back to school. Well,
sorry, the 7th. Yeah, the referee. Yeah. But the Chelsea fans, the problem is they just need to read the rule book again because they've tinkered with it so much over the years. Yeah. I don't think the referees know half the rules. Why don't they just keep it simple? The game would flow a lot more easy if they made it simple. A few tinkers here and there, maybe, but go back to standard rules. What it used to be, keep the one where you can't put the ball up. The ball goes back to the keeper. Keep that. Put the ball in the D. I prefer that. Make sure the throw-ins are taken from the right place. I agree with that one. But just keep it simple.
Yeah. That's another thing about the throw-ins. They're not punished. You know, the bad throw-ins that...
But you can't change... Bailey, you can't change your mind now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's changed his tune there a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah. Yeah. What is it? Because we're the best team out of the bottom of the thing that come up. We're making a fist of it, and we're punching, and we're fighting, and we're scrapping.
Yeah. Well, they are human beings at the end of the day. You're right, Hanno, but they don't act like it. They want to, because at the end of the day, they want to be like. I sort of think of them as headmasters of a school. So strict, That's what I think. And some of them have been teachers.
That's a good analogy. That's a very good comparison, Mr. B. That's a very good comparison.
Remember David Henry?
I do remember Henry. Yeah, I remember. The best one was that Italian referee. He took no shit.
Yeah, Collina. Yeah,
Collina. He was absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, when he used to officiate, no one would argue with him. He'd be like that. And then we walk off because he was like, no, points, it's given, piss off, it's over. He was right there in his eyes. Oh my God. Ooh, them eyes.
Man. Evil. Yeah, but you can see, look now, he's come off you and now he's turning on me now, look, because he knows he's going to be playing us soon. Aston Villa. He's getting so cocky now, look.
Oh, Bailey, there's a stream yard up. Please come in, please. Feel free to come in. Say your piece.
Come and have your say, mate. Come on, we want to hear it.
Open forum.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's not really the topics we are trying to talk about, but we're going into it. I don't care.
We can do whatever we want. This is a stream. It's an open forum.
Yeah.
It would be, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyone, it makes it sound like it's a normal school or something. It's a referee school. It's not fucking normal school, is it?
Chris, can we make it a night school instead for them?
Yeah, Bailey confirmed Hanno on loan to Villa. Oh, good.
Breaking news.
They need to use their brain, not be robots, including human elements. Well, that is the thing, isn't it? I mean, you know, they have their own opinions. They've got their own thoughts, their own decision.
They need to do sociology and PE again.
Yeah.
And then they take a test that every week they take a test. If they get 10 out of 10, they can move on to the next level. Key stage 1 to begin with.
Oh, God, man. Yeah. Right. Referees belong in a village of the lunatics. Oh, God.
Tell you what, I'll play the first brick if they get one.
Oh, God, man. But, I mean, as you say, you know, it's terrible how the standards have dropped. Refereeing
It is
from
really
over
bad,
the
yeah,
years.
to be fair. If we're going on a personal level from all the fun, it's pretty bad. It's dropping really bad, and it's getting beyond. It's becoming a farce now, really.
I mean, okay, they weren't always great back in the day, but
no,
they were fucking
referees
had a better.
I mean, referees have got a mind of their own. They don't need VAR to fuck it up. Okay, if there's an off ball incident, the ball's played, and they turn their head, and there's an incident, say man pushes bloke over or bits him in the face or whatever, they turn their head. VAR for that, yes, because they can't see all of it because the ball's played on there to watch the ball play, but. They have brains. They know they can make a decision without VAR getting involved all the time. There's been a few games that I've seen that VAR hasn't been called at all. Because the referee used his brain.
Yeah. We are only in December, yeah. True.
To be fair, Chris, yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Worst season. The decisions. Well, exactly.
Well, Chris, here's a question for you.
It's going to get even worse.
Here's a question for you, Chris. Right, VAR. They changed it in the summer. It's going from whatever company it's with now to an Italian company based in Turin, I believe. So I've been told.
It's 3D thing, isn't it?
It's a 3D picture, yeah. Instead of the lines, it's going to be done by 3D. It's going to be done like, it's going to be blown up into actual figures of the people. Yeah. Now I don't. They say in Italy and Germany it's working like a fucking dream, but we're talking about UK here, and we don't, and nothing fucking works for us here. We thought VAR would be a great invention here. We thought, oh yeah, it works at the World Cup. Yeah, it comes here. It'll sort things out in the Premier League. No, it's made a mockery of everything so far. And like
made it worse.
It's only December.
They made it easier. It's made it worse. Let's be honest. And the thing is, it didn't even start that way, did it? It actually seemed to be quite good when it started. You know, and now they just seem to. I don't know what's ruining it. I haven't got a clue whether it's. Well, they don't seem to have a clue what they're saying.
But we had this talk the other week. If they're going to make a decision, if it takes 5, 10, 15 minutes or 100 times to look at it, as long as they make the decision, I ain't got a problem with them stalling it for a little while. I mean, yeah, okay, it's meant to be quick, in the ear. Is it? Yeah. No. End of discussion, right. End of. Done. But, no.
Oh, well, we've got another guest coming in, by the way. Manny, he's in here now, so can't see him on here at the moment. There's just a white screen with him on, but there he is. Yeah, I'll bring you in, mate. Big up, Manny. How you doing, bro? All right?
Yeah, good evening, boys. Good evening. I do apologise for being late. Late is not greatness. I did get your message, Mr. B, telling me that it would be at 5 o'clock UK time. I just gotten home from the gym, had to have some nosh, and here I am. So I've missed a lot of I've missed some good discussions, but do please in.
You do look a little bit refreshed, Manny. You do look a little bit refreshed from the gym.
Not so much refreshed, really. I mean, I'm relaxed, as it were, but I'm also waiting for this ridiculous PC to start up. So I thought,
who's this one? Female Rebecca.
There's only a good in the UK, the female one, Rebecca Welsh, which is called an.
Oh, you see Raquel Welsh for a minute?
No,
where she's gone in,
you could be, Chris. In some form, you might be related to her down the line somewhere, but. Yeah, I know who you're about. I know who he's on about. Yeah, I've seen her fish rate a few times. Yeah.
Would you be
talking about that? Would you be happy to see female referees in the Premier League? Would you be up for that?
If they're good enough, I don't mind. If they're really, yeah, why not? I don't mind it. I'll be happy with it. They're better than the other male referees. Put the females in.
They got the qualifications and that, and they've done it in the Women's Super League for so long.
Yeah,
why not introduce them here?
I mean, it's like you've had female lineswomen. We've had Sian Massey and all that. Yeah, she's been brilliant. I thought she was great.
Yeah, she's won the one a few times. Yeah,
a lot of decisions right. I thought she was brilliant. So I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah, they're good enough. Yeah, give them a shot.
Who's that one? I think there was that one. Was she? Did she do the Champions League final or something? I remember one, and I thought she was brilliant. It might have been the Champions League final or something.
Might have been the one Chris was on about.
Yeah. It wasn't. No, sorry, it was. It was a foreign one. I can't remember what it was, but she was brilliant, I thought.
You might be talking about Stephanie Hart. She's already.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's her name, Stephanie Frappart, French.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, it could be her then, yeah.
Can't be any worse than these human worms, but if we did have them, we know what will happen. Will be bad decision gets made. The keyboard warriors booze. Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course it will. Yeah. We have a woman referee, and they make a bad call. The keyboard warriors come out and say, "Well, we've got a fucking woman fucking doing the man's game." Blah blah blah. Yeah. It does open another can of worms for these keyboard warriors. I agree, but I still think we should give them a go.
Yeah. Done some European games. Not bad. Word said sums it up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. He is very right.
Yeah, I'll go back to the original topic to start. As Manny's not only just joined in, I'll go back to that briefly. That was this one, Manny. City versus Spurs offside debacle. Should the ref Simon Hooper have received punishment like players do? What's your opinion?
I think the reaction of Haaland and company was completely out of order.
Yeah.
I think the reason why, I'm not too sure why play was stopped, because it looked to me as though there might have been a foul on a City player in the build-up. Maybe was Hooper trying to play advantage, or what's the story?
Yeah,
it could have been that way.
The foul was on Haaland. The foul was on Haaland. He got straight back up again.
I'm always a believer. Maybe. Yeah.
No, he's breaking up a lot there.
Yeah.
You're breaking up a lot, Manny. I can't hear you, mate. We might have to carry on, I think.
I'll just exit, but I will be back in a few minutes. I think the PC is starting.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You come back.
Yeah, come back when it's better, mate. When it's doing better, yeah.
He's going to start his PC. He's going to start his PC. He's going to start his PC is just fired up, so he's going to come back on when his PC's done.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this one that we were talking about, and obviously about the female refs. And I thought that was a good one. I like that. Was it Chris and all that?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I'll agree with him. I think they should. I mean, if they're qualified enough and they've done it for so long in the Women's Super League, then why not give them a shot in our league?
Yeah. What does it matter what gender they are?
And it might even stop. It might even stop all the players surrounding the referee like they do.
Yeah.
It might stop that. It might. I'm not saying it would, but it might stop that because it's a female referee. They won't want to get in their face too much. But
Yeah.
but it could reverse effect where they get in their face and she makes the wrong call because she's intimidated by him.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. I don't know what it's called, but I'd like to give them a go. Try a run in like I don't know an FA Cup game. See how they do.
The only thing I think I've seen with that, Stephen, is when they get a bit too touchy-feely with them. And I think that's a bit, hold on. It's not a male.
Yeah,
it's not
I
a man.
don't think there'll be
female.
two. I don't think if it's a female referee, I don't think it's a referee. I don't think they'll lay hands on a woman because if they do that, then it opens a whole different can of worms on it, and that'll be a load of a big discussion more if they were to put a hands on a woman. So I think it'll be a little bit more. You touch a red card straight away, no questions asked. You got because women not. And I don't mean this in a sexist way, and please don't crucify me with this, but women can be intimidated by these big stars in the Premier League. Not that they would be, but they can be. We've seen it. To be fair, let's put it on another side. There's referees in the Premier League now that get intimidated. So you've got to be. I think for a woman to referee a game, she's got to be mentally strong. And they can be. Women can be mentally strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
BC's up and running. He's back again. Better sound quality. Yeah.
Much better. So the issue is that when you're already online on your mobile and you try to get on your PC, it can cause a bit of breakage. So I do apologize, gentlemen. And so back to my answer to the question, Mr. B.
Yeah, go for it.
I always agree with what Warren from Warren's Team Talk says, and that is you've still got to make sure that your performance is so good that the referee's decisions shouldn't be a factor at all. When Jackie Grealish came on as a substitute and scored that third goal, many of us thought that was the winner. But obviously, City had other ideas. And the way Kulusevski was able to outjump Nathan Ake to score that winner, which left Edison Moraes-Ruta to that equalizer, rather, which left Edison Moraes-Ruta to the spot. You could just tell that these days there's a lot of slackness to City's play, and they've only got themselves to blame really for not being able to put the issue to bed. I know there's a joke about how Spurs are City's bogey team, but there's no excuse in putting a performance like that. And there's a part of me, Mr. B, mind you, that thinks that their sense of grievance from that result that day badly affected their performance yesterday. And I don't want to speak too much more about that, but you will know, and you can see on my Twitter that I was absolutely pleased as punch with that for several reasons, obviously. But look, Simon Hooper felt as though that the foul had to be given. Normally, of course, with a decision like that, you should play the advantage. But maybe that was a mistake that he made. Was it a glaring mistake necessarily? I don't know, because sometimes you sort of have to think that maybe he thought that with even though Grealish might have been one-on-one, there was no guarantee that he would have been put clean through, or that the Tottenham defender wouldn't have intercepted it. So maybe he felt in that judgment that for the foul on Haaland, he had to blow back. But for the players to react the way they did and literally ambush him and, for Haaland to start effing and blinding him, I wonder if, this is a sign that they're starting to lose a lot of their edge. And the simple fact is that they've started to decline a little bit. And they've lost a great deal of that, in some ways, a great deal of that edge in some way that really took them to the top. And maybe Guardiola himself feels as though, what more do I really have to prove? For what it's worth, they've already won the European Super Cup. And when they play in the Club World Cup, of course, they are, of course, expected to win that. And that will probably be a nice way for Guardiola to end his time at City by saying, look, I've taken you as far as I can go. And that's all. But was it a mistake by Hooper? I suppose you'd have to err on the side of saying that, yes, it probably was a mistake. But did he deserve to be ambushed that way?
Absolutely not. And those players should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, what you said about Haaland. Yeah, the only problem I've got with that is that Haaland was fouled. Yes, foul. But the way he got straight back up and played the ball into Grealish, where the referee said play on from that point, where he said play on, should let it go. That's the only problem I've got. Because like you said, Tottenham could have intercepted it. Goalie might have come out to get it, or Grealish could have had a shot, and then offside would have been introduced. But at the end of the day, the call was wrong. In whatever way you spin it, he should. When he said play on, he should never have blown his whistle after he said play on. That's the end of it. When you say play on, that should be your final call.
Yeah.
Yes, but be that as it may, the players also should not have reacted that way, and I don't really know if I don't really know. The decision was that bad that he deserves to be completely censured for it.
No, the players were well out of line. No, I totally agree with that. You shouldn't be surrounding the referee at all and giving him all the verbal abuse. You shouldn't be doing that because he made the decision. That's his right. But because it was wrong, I think Man City felt aggrieved. But there's ways of going about it than the way they did. Yes, I totally agree with that.
All right, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Mate. We'll see you in
there's ways to go about it, but the way they reacted, bang out of order. Agreed.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you don't see that in rugby, do you? Rugby union or rugby league, they don't surround the referee when there's a bad decision. They just get on with it.
No, they don't. In fact, with rugby, there's a code of conduct by which players are supposed to abide, no matter what. Whether it's internally regarding selection to be in the starting lineup or externally in terms of how you treat the officials on the field. And that's one of the reasons why I do enjoy watching rugby union. And for all of the controversy surrounding the New Zealand-South Africa World Cup final, I thought it was a very well conducted game. And in the end, I think South Africa were perhaps I wouldn't necessarily say that South Africa were marginally the better team, but they played the occasion better and deserved to win. But football can learn a great deal from rugby union.
Well, I'm just saying, one of the code of conduct, you say the code of conduct was rugby, wasn't that introduced to football as well? But somewhere along the line, it's been misconstrued and they still do it.
I think it's fair to say that with the injection of big money and the bigger stakes that are involved in football these days, you can see that some of the pressure kind of gets to people in that respect, and they sort of boil over. It's not really an excuse, far from it, but that's sort of the way things have gone. I think it's fair to say that football can no longer be considered a gentleman's game. That honor goes to rugby union and to some extent cricket, and I'm pretty certain that you boys will agree with me on that.
Oh, 100%. 100%, because even though, like you said, the gentleman's, like you said, the football should have got the code of conduct because they learned that you can't do this to the referee, you can't intimidate him, blah blah. But that ain't because Chelsea still do it. We saw that from Man City. You see it from Arsenal from time to time. Yeah. I mean, at some point, I think Luton will do it. At some point, I'm pretty sure if they goes on against them, they'll probably do it. But it's just one. But again.
Yeah, but the question that Mr. B asked was whether or not Hooper should have been punished. I don't necessarily think he should be punished for that because it wasn't so much of a glaring error. And now there's this question about the standard of refereeing in general. Yeah, look, I think we have to say, gentlemen, that, we've had the same discussion for the past few years. And I also do seem to remember that incident when I believe it was Leeds who were playing Manchester United at Old Trafford, I think, and Robbie Keane got into a bit of a spat with a certain player. A player tackled him aggressively, and he pushed that fella down. Dermot Gallagher, for some reason, could have sent off Robbie Keane, but instead he opted to give both Robbie and the other guy, I don't remember who it was. Could it have been Luke Chadwick, perhaps? I don't know. And Gallagher was punished for that by being demoted as a referee. And so I think there are some glaring errors that are being made, and they're being made with a great deal of impunity. And sadly, because of the ego of the referees, in that they're not willing to accept the verdict of the VAR in certain cases, they just don't see it fit to be willing to change their decisions. And I always keep saying, and I'll be brief, Steps in, and I'll let you have your say.
Yeah, it's all right.
I always say that the most important thing is for referees to all get together, and because all of these referees will be both working on the field and also in the VAR studio. Okay, and so they all have to come together and sort of come up with a sort of a code and a system by which they decide which fouls should be, should be punished by VAR, which ones shouldn't, what are the proper guidelines. And yet, because they just don't seem to be willing to do that every single season, we're going to keep having these same instances. And the greater the controversy, the more the Premier League bigwigs just love it. But you're never going to see this in places like the German Bundesliga, where, at least over there, for example, I mean, given how passionate they are about Fußball, as they would say,
Football, yeah.
or der Fußballspielen, as they would say. They also are
very good language there. Well done.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what these weekend classes at the Goethe Institute will do for you. They will encourage you to get the pronunciation right.
Yeah.
But also, don't forget, despite the fact that I live in India, I am actually English. I've lived in the UK for a grand part of my life. I've been exposed to European languages and cultures. So getting the pronunciation and diction spot on is something that I really want to abide by. But anyway, as with the Germans, you will never see too many of them surrounding the referee for a bad decision. Even if you do, it'll probably be very, very few and far between.
Yeah,
but they also more often than not, those referees and officials get everything spot on, and they cooperate with one another, and there's very little controversy.
Yeah,
they pride themselves on being efficient, and that is something from which the English have to learn. And yet, sadly, and I don't mean to be unpatriotic, we just never do.
Well, it's like we're always 2 steps behind everyone else, and that's the problem. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Bundesliga, and you're right. I don't see hardly anyone surround the referee who makes a decision. It's just they just get on with it. Okay, he's made a decision, they move on. But we ain't grasp the fact. We just think, oh, well, I don't know the decision. Let's all crowd around him. The only person that should go to the referee, if he's got a problem with the officiating, the only person meant to go is the captain only. The 2 captains go together and talk to the referee. No one else should be throwing him. They're the only ones that meant it. That was the rule that was introduced. Captains only. If they think it's wrong, the captain goes out and speaks to him. No one else. But
yeah, exactly.
That hasn't happened. And that comes back to the 2 steps back.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, like you said, the referees do get together annually throughout the season, but they still come with the same conclusion and keep it as it is. They don't change anything throughout the year, and I think it's wrong. They should basically, like you said, get together properly and have a really good discussion and really thrash it out to the best of the ability, but they don't. They brush a lot of stuff under the carpet, to be fair.
Oh yeah, nudge, nudge, wink.
They don't know to admit half the stuff they've done wrong, so they'll push it under the carpet and leave it there and flatten it.
Oh, mate, that has always been the way of the English for a long time.
Oh, a bit like the government, really. A bit like our government, really.
Exactly like the government. Don't get me started.
Football, like you said, it was a gentleman's game. It was like for the working class, but now it's a politics game.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, it's just like the government. They sweep it under the carpet, leave it there, and they don't resolve anything. So that's why we're always 2 steps back. And the same with the English football. It's the same with the English job. They don't want yes men. They don't want no controversy surrounding the English manager, which I think is bang out of order. They need someone who's going to go and they go, you know what, we're going to freshen this shit up and we're going to do it my way.
Yeah, brilliant. By the way, I'll put this link in here for the prostate cancer, UK.org.
Yeah, I do.
Please click on that and donate, please. Men dying every day of this prostate. My dad's got it. It's been controlled.
Big up to your dad. God bless him.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Best recovery.
Thanks. Yeah, he's
Mick Harford, Luton legend, had it. He's just in admission now, so he's battled it, and I hope your dad gets better very soon, and send him my best wishes.
Yeah,
And
cheers,
anyone else that's suffering from this, get well soon.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want you to stay with us and enjoy the football and whatever else you do, and we'll battle this to the best of our ability.
Here, and Stephen, Mr. B, I will pass on my best wishes to your dad. I hope he pulls through.
Yeah,
And
it's fine.
we're
It's
also
controlled, so, yeah.
Yeah, but we're also going to try our best on our subsequent streams on other channels to make sure that we raise awareness of this. So thank you very much indeed.
I'll get it on my channel as well.
No worries, guys. Brilliant. As I say, click on the link and it takes you through to the website, and it shows you about testing and everything. So everyone get tested and make sure, because I've done it as well. I've tested, and as my dad's got it, I don't know if it's, in the family. So I've got to be sure. And
yeah. I don't think it's hereditary, but just on the safe side, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it in case it is hereditary, but anyway.
No one knows about cancer if it's hereditary or not. No one knows. So,
as I say, the link's in there, everyone. So check it out, please, and donate whatever you can. I know it's difficult at this time of year, and the cost of living going up anyway. So, but please give what you can. Cheers.
Every penny helps. I mean, I got the badge. I got the badge the other week, so I've done my bit as well. So, but yeah, every penny, every pence you got, if you're going to spare a pound, every bit will help to try and find a cure for this.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
Even if you can spare 50p, 20p, every bit will go straight into that kitty for another tube or another tester. Any little bit of money, 50p, 20p, will buy a plastic tube. And that could be that could make all the difference.
Exactly, yeah. But as I say, if everyone clicks on that, you'll find this out. What Stephen's just said, all the info's there and everything on the website. So check that out. Anyway, getting back to this, obviously the standard of refereeing, as we've already been talking about, has really dipped. At one stage, a few years back, it was really good. We had some decent refs, and okay, still made bad decisions, still cocked it up a bit, but not as much as now. Because when you see it now, VAR has also ruined it, maybe, for them. They can't make their own decisions. They have to
they don't use their mind as much now. They go to the video instead of using their own knowledge. And they've got the knowledge there. They've got the knowledge. Of course they have. They would be a referee if they didn't have the knowledge.
Yeah. And there'll always be human error. We all know that.
Yeah. But the same. Whoever made VAR, that's made by humans. That will have errors and stuff. But if you're really unsure, look at VAR, and then if you're still unsure, use what you think with your own decision.
Yeah.
You've got the mind there. You've done the training. You've been to different countries to learn your trade. Just use your bit of intelligence. You're not stupid. These referees are not stupid.
No.
Michael Oliver might be because he's a Pontius twat, but apart from him.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, their minds are sort of changed by what they go and see or what they've been told.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I think.
And you think stick to your original decision. What you've
if
given
you're unsure,
originally.
Yeah, if you're unsure, look at VAR, and if it's a clear error you made, make a right call. If you don't think it's clear and you're not too sure, stick with your original decision. Everyone knows where they stand. Then you've looked at it, you've made your mind up. Stick with that. Don't go with VAR because it's not always right.
Yeah. What's your opinion on it, Manny?
Oh, this is a really controversial one. I'm reminded of the Aston Villa Crystal Palace game where the referee initially awarded Villa an injury time penalty for a foul by Omar Richards on, I believe it was your former player, Mr. Watkins, the XP.
It was.
And VAR then made it a point to call the referee over to the monitor and say, check it again. We don't think that there's a case for a penalty. But when you take a look at that, you clearly see that before getting the ball, Omar Richards actually did chop down Ollie Watkins. So you can't really just say in those situations that just because he got the ball eventually, that shouldn't be a penalty. If you get the ball first and then make the challenge, then there's a case for it because you can say you're going for the ball. What's the guarantee that Richards?
I don't mind if they take it a little bit further back for the original challenge instead of when he receives the ball. I don't mind they take it back, but more don't send it back far enough for the original challenge. They see
but agreed. But Stepsy, let me just finish. I'll let you come in on that. Okay. So look. Obviously, the referee had a chance to look at VAR, and if anything, VAR actually proved his decision, his call to be right, and he awarded the penalty. And of course, the rest is history. But one thing which really angers me a great deal is that, in as much as we always say that the technology isn't always right, both of you will know how well it's been applied in cricket, obviously, as big cricket fans.
Really good,
as soon as the players make this particular sign saying we want to review the decision, they spare no effort whatsoever in making sure that they look at all angles for everything, whether it's a case of a possible LBW dismissal or a run out at the wicket keepers or the bowler's end or a catch being either claimed or grasped. Exactly, a nick through to the keeper or what have you. All of those things are checked perfectly. And because they use the best of technology, there's no controversy. And again, this goes back to the fact that we don't value efficiency enough. If we have the technology that's being used properly, if we have the best camera angles and they're being used to determine whether or not things are or aren't as they seem, then they should be used a lot more often. But what's also angering me is that more important than the technology is the communication or the lack of it. And in cricket, we also see that once they use the technology perfectly, the TV umpire ends up speaking to the umpire on the field and saying,
"Look, you hear what they're saying,
and you hear what they're saying as well. It's really, very, really good.
Absolutely,
we're right in there.
Absolutely,
Right there
and and absolutely. And in as much as people might look at American football with such contempt, for the most part, I do enjoy American football. I used to, watch it frequently whenever I could when I was back in America. And even now, I'm still the biggest fan of my local team at the time, and I think I've still got the flag to go for it.
Yep.
Buccaneers.
Oh, okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
I don't think we'll make the playoffs this time around, but look, we're still recovering from the the Tom Brady hangover tour. So look, it's all good. But even there as well, whenever there is any kind of an infringement or whatever, they throw a yellow flag onto the field, and then after reviewing
the umpires. Did you hear them?
Yes, exactly, Stepsy. Yeah. You can hear what the guys are saying.
Everything.
But over here, there's no communication.
No.
Now, if for example, the VAR would be talking to the referees and saying you might need to change your decision, or the referee can also speak to the people in the VAR studio and say, listen, I think it's you're really too it may not be the way you think, and they all have to come to a consensus. And yes, it is important in some ways that the fans will know, but maybe it's impractical because I don't suppose you can necessarily expect the fans to be informed of every single decision orally, that the referees make. Because that'll add a little bit. It just adds a little bit more in terms of time to it. And more often than not, you see them make the statement, and it's a penalty or no penalty or no goal or what have you. There just needs to be better communication between everyone involved. And, efficiency has to be the buzzword. And yet we just seem to value controversy over efficiency. And it's the application of the technology that really makes me angry. Stepsy, go ahead.
I thought the voice worked pretty well in the Women's World Cup, where you did hear the referee speak to the fans and say,
it was loud, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was loud. You hear the women talk on it, and then you hear her come over the tannoy to the fans. Video, VAR. Yeah, we decided it's a penalty. You used to hear it from the women in the World Cup. I think there should be a little bit more communication. Like you said, it is a little bit harder in men's football. The stadiums are big, they're loud, and all that. But if it works in men's football, why not give it a go in the men's game?
Exactly, but
you will never. If it don't work, go back to the original. Go back to it. It's trying.
I know. Agreed, but you'll never see that happen never see that happening though, Stepsy, because of the reason that they it's stubbornness and pigheadedness of the worst possible kind, and that is going to be what will.
We save money in this country cheap.
Yep.
Don't give out all into football. It's all about saving money in this country, putting this money in the back pocket of the FA. They don't splash out.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on that. Seriously.
Sorry, but it's one of them things that just grates on me. They should put all into the game, and they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, but speaking of stuff that's been implemented in sort of cricket, rugby, that sort of thing, we've got this topic. Should we have sin bins implemented in football?
No.
No, you see, rugby. It's not. We're not playing rugby. You're playing football.
Yeah, no.
Why is it?
Absolute waste of time. It'll make more. Right in rugby league. We see it. They have a. Is it Manny? Can you help me on this? When there's a sin bin, do they have that 10 minutes to determine if it's a yellow or a red? They take time on that.
Yes, they do. They did that in the World Cup as well. In fact, that's how Sam Cane, the New Zealand captain, was told to stay off the pitch because he went in head first against his opponent. Sia Khaleesi, on the other hand, was smart enough to cock his head the other way and avoid that direct collision. So he ended up earning only a yellow card. And I think Sam Cane...
They take time to make the right decision. Is that Simbin to make sure they make the right call?
Yeah, because what they do is they will look at the challenge and try and take a look at the severity of it and other mitigating factors. And
it'd be an orange card, wouldn't it? They're talking about an orange card.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I just
no. Because listen, because here's the thing with rugby. Whether it's union or league, people take a look at mitigating circumstances as such. But when you have, and the nature of that play will sort of dictate that it is a very heavy contact sport. We see a lot of people, all of these former legendary players now suffering the long-term effects of, nerve damage and brain damage or what have you. And with football, for example, yes, it is a contact sport. But some of these fouls which cause these injuries are so severe that, you don't even need to think about, giving them a sin bin and then determining whether or not they deserve a red card or not. It's off you go. And, for example, in the 1991 FA Cup final, which proved to be Paul Gascoigne's last game with the club before he moved to Italy, he was absolutely magnificent for Spurs in that campaign, including scoring that free kick against Arsenal in the semi-final. It was 35-yarder, but David Seaman had no real chance. Yes, he did, and I'm coming to that. He was completely, he was completely for the final. He was completely, one would say psychotically pumped up. And then he rammed in on Gary Charles, the Nottingham Forest defender, with a dreadful tackle that would have, cleaned him up horribly. And ironically, it was Gaza who came off the worst from that tackle with a knee injury of his own. I think it's fair to say that the mitigating circumstances were that if Gaza hadn't have gotten injured and Charles seriously did, it could very well have been a direct red card for Gaza in that game. And it was really a poor challenge. And so for some of those challenges, there are no gray areas. If it's a severe challenge, which could definitely result in an injury and definite violent play, off you go. No ifs, no buts. So
you don't get a chance to come back. You shouldn't get a chance to come back.
Exactly. So why would you? Yeah, so why would you want to muddy the waters by, having a sin bin and having people spend 10 minutes deciding on whether that is?
You made a challenge. If it's bad enough, you go off. Simple,
absolutely. I mean, and here's the thing. We already have VAR making some decisions on whether or not some challenges can be classified as foul play because you've got the cameras right on it, taking a look at it. And you can see
that the other day, they changed it from a red. They scrapped it and made it yellow, and they've seen the other way where it's yellow. They scrapped it and made it red.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So why would you want that? So why would you want to have a sin bin and muddy the waters? And also, let's not forget that in rugby union, you also have a rule which says that players can be substituted off, but also be brought back on. We don't have that in football. So why do you want to just muddy the waters simply by saying, if that's how rugby does it, let's do it that way? If you want to implement anything in rugby, it's the code of conduct. But as far as the rules of the game are concerned, sorry. Yeah, rugby football and association football are two different things.
Very different.
I know that, Mr. B, you're not a big fan of the egg chasing. That might be a reason why, perhaps.
Not really. But...
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not in favour of the pigskin. So.
You talk about American football.
Don't knock it until you tried it, son. Don't knock it until you tried it.
The only problem I've got with American football,
the Dolphins.
The problem I've got with American football is stop, start. So many adverts, so many this and that. I just no. Simple. But no, sin bins, no. Keep the rules as they are. If you make it any more complicated, people just ditch it. Leave it as it is. We love the game as it is. We love football. Rugby, people love rugby. People love American football. People love all this. Leave the rules as they are.
I mean, because if a start, it raises too many more questions, doesn't it? You know, if you're going to send somebody off,
you made this and
bring them back.
The referees have got enough trouble as it is learning the rules. If you bring that into it, it's going to make it even worse. Bollocks. Fuck that. It's never going to happen. No.
Yeah.
Fans will hate that. Fans will hate that. And I even talking about it is making me angry. It's pointless.
Because when you think about it, it's kind of rewarding over the top, terrible, thuggish play.
Of course it is.
You're allowed to come back on.
Matthew's right. You know it's a red. If it's a bad challenge, you know it's a red. Off you go. If it's dangerous but not too bad, it's a yellow. Everyone knows where they stand. If you make sin bin, what's sin bin? What hard challenge that's made him that's over the top? Is that a sin bin? No. Fuck off. It's a red. Fuck off. No.
I mean, right, if you do somebody, right, do a fellow man, a player, and ruin his career, and you're allowed to come back on, that's not right, is it?
No, so it's, like I said, it's a red and yellow. It's simple as that. You don't need this orange shit. It's pointless. Leave it as is. The rules are complicated enough. Leave it as is. It works in rugby league. It works in rugby league. It works in rugby union. It wouldn't work in football. I guarantee you now, it wouldn't work in football.
No. I don't know why this was brought up, this rule.
Like Manny said. I
don't know.
Like Manny said perfectly. It works in rugby league. Rugby league and rugby union and football are totally different. Like you said, totally different. So different.
Just leave
in so many different ways.
Don't change anymore. You've done.
Don't change it anymore. No, don't change it anymore.
But that's going too far. It's going extreme, you know. Why?
Like you said, muddy water.
Yeah. Yeah, they messed around with the rules as it is. You know, why do we need to implement something else and and cock it up even more? You know.
Yeah, leave it as it is. Simple.
Exactly. I think we're all in agreement about that, aren't we, Jen?
That's it. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, we get rid of that. But I don't know. It's just. Why do they have to complicate things, man? I just don't get it.
I don't know why that even entered a discussion in an annual meeting of the FA. I don't know why they even thought about it.
Brian Clough said it best. Football is a simple game complicated by idiots.
Yeah. I remember that. Exactly. That is said in the Damn United film. I've seen that, and he does say that in that. Yeah. Football's a simple game, complicated, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What allegedly was.
Sorry?
What allegedly was.
Yeah.
The man with the green jumper.
Yeah, Cloughie, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, amazing.
Brilliant. Never be another, will there?
There'll never be another him, no.
Took no nonsense from anyone.
He should be England manager.
Whether he'd been able to deal with what we have nowadays, I don't know. I think it would have sent him even more over the top, I think.
If he was alive now, I don't think he would like football very much.
No, probably not. Yeah, Chris Welch says absolutely
Yeah,
not.
you know, it's a football rugby. Imagine playing 10v11 or 10 versus for so minutes, be like bloody dodgeball, where the sports turn into yeah.
Exactly, Chris. You're right there, man.
Very good, yeah. It would be like that,
yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to cover here? Any other subjects about football or?
Yeah, not really. I don't know if you wanted to review the midweek games, but I think that would have taken quite a bit of time.
Well,
but
I was going to review our game against Brighton, but
I'd like to pass, please.
About it.
Don't bother. And for that reason, I am not going to speak about the Luton Arsenal game. And I will say this: Stepsy, you lot were robbed. We were absolute crap. We're not going to win the league. If we get a draw at Villa Park, the way Unai Emery's boys are playing, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think you'll be very happy with that.
Another good evening masterclass there. Good evening. Yeah.
Yep, and we can talk about that till the cows come home, but I don't know if you have the time or the willingness to do that. But
all I can say, great win for him, for Unai Emery last night. Brilliant to get that.
Yeah.
You can understand now why Villa were undefeated at home. You can understand why now, can't you?
Yeah,
well, they were all over him, I thought. Deserved it, you know, what, they had 2 chances, didn't they, City? Just 2 chances.
2 chances, that's it, yeah.
Yep, both of them fell to Holland, both of them saved by you know who.
Is that why you put that comment last night, Maddie? Is that why you put the comment in our stream?
Of course. Take a look at my Twitter, and I was providing commentary for all of those plays. I remember when I saw
the comment you put in our stream about Martinez. I said, because I was watching that game, I thought, Maddie's spot on with that. Yeah, Martinez was fucking amazing for them saves.
Man, he was getting overexcited, wasn't he, mate?
He was getting a little bit excited over Martinez.
Yeah, because listen, it means that Arsenal are 6 points ahead of City, who literally are floundering. And I think, I'll tell you one thing right now. If City were not in the decline in which they're in, there is no way that those players of theirs would have, ambushed Simon Hooper that way. It's just disgraceful. And they have to look inside themselves and say, you know what, they're not good enough. And in as much as people might say, well, City couldn't win because they didn't have a midfield, whose fault was that? You had Mateo Kovacic and Calvin Phillips on the bench. You don't trust the Yorkshireman. Let them leave and play somewhere else for crying out loud.
They don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. And
they are playing good football. Yeah. You're right, Chelsea fan. They are playing good football.
Yeah, but saying that, I hope Man City don't have a backlash against us on Sunday, because I'm dreading it.
Yeah, and Villa aren't going to challenge for top honours unless they improve their away form.
They've gone above City though, Villa now. With that victory, they've gone above City now.
Yes, they have, and if they beat Arsenal by a big enough margin, they'll go above us too. But I don't want that to happen.
No, but it's nice to talk about Villa as being a title contender. It's refreshing. Another team trying to rock the boat a little bit. It's nice.
Yep, absolutely.
To put them in the conversation is a good refreshing spin on it. Instead of just going Arsenal, City, Man United, Liverpool. Yeah. Having Villa in there mixing it up is very good for the Premier League at the moment.
I agree completely, but the biggest fear is that we've had teams like Blackburn and Leicester win the Premier League, and a few seasons later on they ended up getting relegated. Yeah, I only hope that Aston Villa do not make the same mistakes that they did. And both of those teams, of course, were funded by very rich benefactors. Let's not forget.
Would you say for the smaller teams winning the Premier League, it's like a poison chalice? For the smaller teams, not for the big 6 or the big 5, as you call it. If you win it like if you're Leicester or Luton or Brentford, say, win it, are we going to go down next season because it's a poison chalice?
Yeah, but one thing which Aston Villa,
do you win it, do you have to put more money into it to keep going for it, or do you just have that one season where you win it and think, we'll sit back now, we're fine, we're established in the Premier League, and then it just you sit back and then you realise you're in trouble? You go back.
Look at Leicester and Blackburn. They made that mistake, and it didn't end well for them. And Leicester ended up having to sell some of their players, like N'Golo Kante and Riyad Mahrez and Harry Maguire and others, and they just weren't quite the same team since. Yes, under Brendan Rodgers, they went on to win the FA Cup and also challenge for a top 4, but it could never recreate the magic of that 2016 campaign. But let's put it in perspective. That 2016 win is probably Claudio Ranieri's finest moment of his entire career. Hasn't really done too much since, although he has given his best. We're talking about Unai Emery, Europa League merchant. He also won a domestic treble with PSG and also had the highest points tally when he won the league with PSG, which nobody's emulated. Sure, he didn't win the Champions League, but which manager has, for Pete's sake? So I'm sick. So I'm happy. I want to see Emery get more respect, and if Arsenal fans think that they can just continue to disrespect Unai Emery and say that he'll always be a failure with us, be very wary. The arrogance that we show will be our downfall. And I think I'm sure that with Villa. I'm sure that with Villa, of course, let's not forget that they were relegated a few seasons ago and somehow fought tooth and nail to come back into the Premiership. I think they're not going to allow themselves to make the mistakes that Leicester and Blackburn did. There's no way they can afford to get rid of Douglas Luiz, Emi Martinez, and Ollie Watkins. No. So if they lose those 3 and maybe 1 or 2 others, then that's the huge core of their side gone. Let me tell you right now.
But Lewis has come out and said that he don't want to leave. He says he loves Villa, so hopefully that he means that.
Otherwise, Martinez be coming back to Arsenal, couldn't he? When you love him back there, man.
Mate, listen, Ryan Ramsdale are not fit. Ryan and Ramsdale are not fit to lace Emi Martinez's boots. But as long as Mikel Arteta is manager of Arsenal, he's not coming back. And I'm sorry for being harsh, Mr. B, because I know that as a Brentford fan, you got a soft spot for David Raya. I think, look, there is a decent goalkeeper. There is a decent goalkeeper in him, but I just don't know if he's necessarily the right fit for us.
I didn't see it on Tuesday. I didn't see him on Tuesday.
And listen, if both of those guys were to move on from Arsenal and succeed elsewhere and have good careers elsewhere, I'll say well done to them and good luck to them. But that's just my opinion as a Gooner, but it is what it is. And one thing I think we might also want to discuss for maybe the next show, especially given that this is the Christmas season right now, is whether or not there should be a 2-week break during the Christmas and New Year period.
Mr. B, how many times have I said that? How many times have we brought this up?
Loads.
How many times have we brought this up?
I can count.
We've done this on every show. We've always thought about this winter break. We'll discuss that next show, definitely. We'll go in depth about it because I've got so many thoughts on that. We've been through that many times, but I'm going to have to go through the mill one more time.
Just for Stepsy, we're going to do that on the next show, all right?
No, we'll go through the mill one more time with that.
Yeah, and the best part about me bringing it up is that this time the 2 of us are going to hold him to that. So, Stepsy, you owe me one.
One more quick thing. It's in the bank. You call that favour in whenever you want. It's in the bank.
I'm just joking, mate. I'm anything to sort of improve, anything to make sure that we have something to talk about. Anything also for Mr. B's channel.
If you need a favour or whatever, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll be happy to do it.
I'll take you up on that. I promise you. But it won't be anything big. I promise you that. I've got too much respect.
My anxiety. I don't think my anxiety can cope with anything too big.
There's just one more quick thing I want to discuss with Manny in particular here. The issue of Iriola. Will he be keeping his job now at Bournemouth?
Good question.
3 wins on the spin.
That's a very good question, that.
Yeah, well, listen, huge shout out to Craig Beasley from Up the Cherries in all departments. We should be returning with the cherry picking series very, very soon. I would encourage you boys to subscribe to that channel and give that a watch because he does some really good content, some great interviews, and of course you get to see my mug every now and then. And he was one of the people. A lot of people, especially after the loss to the Wolverhampton team that was managed by the former boss Gary O'Neill, who said that maybe it's time that it's time to, reconsider the Iraola issue. But, it just goes to show that when you finally start getting a win, and that Newcastle win, I think, really kicked them into gear because they show, yes, the Newcastle team that went to Dean Court that day was sort of a weak team, ravaged by some injuries. Yep, depleted. I'm glad you put that word in. But you still got to beat the team in front of you. And they showed that they were able to apply Iraola's game plan well to a T. And once they did that, I think the confidence that they got from that win over a Champions League side, yes, they are still in the Champions League. And I think that did them a world of good. And now they then felt as though they can get results and they can be a bit better. I think their schedule wasn't too kind to them. Can you imagine having to play the likes of Arsenal so early in the season? And what's been central to
we just made you. We've got Man City on Sunday, so we're going for the same bit at the moment.
Yeah,
we're
Good luck to you with that.
Arsenal, now Man City.
Good luck to you with that. And
you've got Newcastle on the 23rd.
Yeah. But thank you. But going back to Bournemouth, I think their schedule wasn't too kind to them. I think central to their resurgence has been the return to form of their goalkeeper, Morara Neto, who is, of course, their captain.
Yeah.
Because during the earlier part of the season, he was making a few uncharacteristic errors and really looking out of it. And, of course, he got injured and the reserve goalkeeper, Florian Radu, came in. But that didn't work too well. They ended up losing to Manchester City, shipping 6 goals in the process. Obviously, Neto came back in. He looked a bit better. I think he had some personal issues, but then he got some time out. And, he came back fresher and more determined.
Yeah,
and he's been a big part of the results they've had. And, of course, that draw against Aston Villa, they were very impressive. And it had to take Mr. Watkins to salvage a point there. So never mind the fact that I've said that Villa need to improve their away form. Bournemouth have shown that they are now starting to compete a little bit, but they can't allow themselves to get too giddy. And
do you think Bournemouth's home form will save them? Because their away form is still a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yep, just like Villa. Yeah, just like Villa's home form has pretty much taken them to where they are. It could be Bournemouth's home form that could keep them up, although they still have some bigger tests to take at Dean Court. So if they can continue to sort of apply that same confidence and, full marks as well to the likes of Justin Kluivert and several other players who've stepped up brilliantly, the likes of Senesi, Sinistera, Tavernier, Solanke, Phil Bill and others, if they can just keep that same spirit, they're going to be fine.
Billings has been brilliant for them.
Yeah. Also, full marks to their veteran Adam Smith, who's had to step in at right back ahead of Max Aarons, who's got an injury. Once Tyler Adams is fit again, I think he will play a role in the centre of midfield. And I think Iraola will keep his job. And let's not forget, with the problems that Everton are going through right now with that 10-point deduction, which I believe is unfair, you've got to make sure. I mean, if you have to punish them because they broke the rules, then keep that same level of justice for the other teams.
Yeah,
and Chris has a point here.
If you punish one, you've got to punish all of them.
Yeah, exactly. And Chris with a point over here saying Steve. Yeah, and Chris with a point over here saying Steve Cooper's always been under pressure at Forest, put under pressure by their owners, and we will come to him. So Iraola should keep his job, and I think the fact that there are teams like Sheffield United and Burnley that are currently worse than them at the moment, I think that will just help Bournemouth stay up. Definitely, they were hoping to improve on remaining up by almost the skin of their teeth last season, and if they can sort of finish in a mid-table position, then that will be a sign of progress. So to answer your question, Mr. B, I think Iraola will end up staying for the whole for the course of the season, but they've got to keep the momentum going and they've got to try to keep that self-belief. And if they can do that, it'll be coming up cherries instead of roses.
Oh, very clever. Very clever.
I changed my mind about the manager slightly because obviously I wanted O'Neill. I thought O'Neill was great. He should have stayed. And he went to Wolves and he's done well with them. Superb. I think he's good. He's got his potentials are there for everyone to see for Gary O'Neill. He's a fine manager.
Exactly. And bear it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what I was going to say is I think this new one, I didn't think he was up to it, Areola. I didn't
Well,
think
we didn't know much about him, did we? Really, if you think about it, we didn't know much about him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing as well. I mean, Bournemouth still are not out of the woods just yet because they've shipped in a great deal of goals and they're below Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace on goal difference. You see, so there is still a bit of work that Areola has to do in terms of really fixing the defense and making sure that everyone in the back knows their role and make sure they stand up to be counted. And if that can happen over the course of the season, if the goal difference can be rectified, then that's good. But there was some logic in keeping O'Neill because many of the players in that squad, of course, played under O'Neill, and you can't just go from playing a sort of a stodgy, pragmatic style to something more expansive, and try and do that with a majority of players who were accustomed to playing a certain way. And that's something that Craig and I have discussed on those cherry-picking streams. But Had O'Neill, say just 1 minute. I'll let you answer your question. I'll be brief, I promise you. Had O'Neill been asked to stay at the club to work with Areola and possibly, be a part of a best of both worlds managerial approach, then maybe you could have had that defensive solidity along with a slower introduction of that more expansive style, and you wouldn't have seen the results at the beginning of the season. But, if ifs and buts were sweets and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And at the end of the day, I think we have to congratulate O'Neill for the job he's doing at Wolves, but also say that Areola has started to do well. He's beaten the teams he's had to beat. He's, getting a result at Selhurst Park is not small potatoes, and he scored more goals than we did, by the way. So, so it's starting to look up. It's starting to come up cherries. But the most important thing is, as Matthew Wilder would say, ain't nothing should break his stride. Ain't nothing should slow him down. Oh, no, he's got to keep on moving. Stepsy, go ahead, son.
Keep on moving.
Just saying that they're playing O'Neill way.
Nothing going to break my stride.
They had O'Neill and used to playing this way. But if you play big bucks like Premiership players are, shouldn't they be allowed to? Can they adapt? They should be able to adapt. Footballers should be able to adapt to certain different styles of play. They pay big money to play. If they can't adapt, then should they be there at all?
That is a bit of a harsh question because, look, we talk about how players are being given obscene sums of money. They're entitled to earn those obscene sums of money because they're sportsmen and they're also providing television entertainment. But it's not for nothing that we say that it's not easy to teach an old dog new tricks. Players should be able to, in theory, adapt, but it's not going to be very easy to try and impose your identity almost immediately on the team, and you've got to deal with some other factors as well. If you can do that immediately,
I will be fair. He didn't have a pre-season with him, did he? He came in very late, didn't he? As well.
Exactly. So you can't
maybe
just
a bit harsh.
Yeah, because listen, professional, especially given that most of these footballers start playing very young, and it's not as if they're going to university to learn the finer things inside out and get themselves a diploma or a degree at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Especially when you feel comfortable playing in a certain way, you've got to sort of relearn how to do it. And some players can, other players can't. Why do you think Joe Hart was jettisoned by Pep Guardiola at Manchester City? Guardiola took one look at him and said, "Joe, son, I do think you're a fine goalkeeper. You've proven yourself with City in England, but I just don't think you can play the way I want you to play. You're out of here." And it was harsh, especially because he never gave Hart a chance to do that. Yeah. And even now, we got some clueless Arsenal fans who have the nerve to say that Martinez is pathetic with his feet. Rubbish! He has improved that facet of his play immensely. He doesn't make mistakes on the ball the way even Raya and Ramsdale have done. And so these Arsenal fans are just suffering from a severe case of sour grapes and bitterness. They can't hack the fact that a guy like Martinez has had the balls, I should say, to know his worth. And
Go on, Hannah.
I don't think Arteta makes Martinez what he is today. Arteta doesn't make that. Arteta doesn't develop Martinez like he is today.
Exactly, he doesn't. Well said.
So that's why it was for the best Martinez left. Not for
wait a minute.
Arsenal,
Wait a minute. Hanno, you make a point, but I'm going to say this. Both of these Arsenal fans, as I've said, are just bitter and sour at the fact that a guy like Martinez had the balls to know his worth and say, I'm not going to sit around and be badly rewarded for having done so well for you and won your trophy, which kept you in the job in the first place. Exactly. And if you're not going to acknowledge that my quality by giving me the proper chance to start with competition and make me your number one, at least with fair competition, I'm not asking to be the starter no matter what. I just want my chance to shine and play and prove myself. And if I muck up, drop me to the bench. But Arteta said, no, I still prefer my German blue-eyed boy. So Martinez said, you know what? Bugger you. I'm out of here. And, it was a decision worth taking. He's gone from strength to strength with Aston Villa. And as Hanno has said, his development into the complete all-round goalkeeper he is today was thanks to the then goalkeeping coach, Neil Cutler, who Ben Foster will know very well. And also the subsequent coaches have also helped him improve his play with his feet from the back. So he is quite simply one of the best all-round goalkeepers in the world today. And brilliant shot stopper, great on crosses, but also with the ball at his feet, he's a lot better. So back to your question, Sepsi. Yes, players can adapt, but the coaching also has to be sensitive to the fact that you cannot easily teach old dogs new tricks, and you've got to give them time to be willing to really understand what you're going to do, want to do. But also, managers have to give players a chance. So you've got to feel for Joe Hart in a way, just as well that he's having a nice retirement again.
You've got about Martinez. He's also a World Cup winner.
Exactly.
I can't. I'm never going to forget that. I watched the World Cup final. I saw his face.
What he
He's a World Cup winner.
Remember what he done with that trophy? We don't want to. Dwell on
I'm not going to mention that. But look, it was a way of saying "sod you" to all of you who doubted me. Was it ill-advised? Was it ill-advised? Was it ill-advised? Absolutely. And listen, we've got Hanno over here, so no rude gestures or rude words, yeah.
Wow.
He's 16. He knows the stuff. He knows it all.
Yeah.
He's heard it all before.
Man. Come on.
He's heard it all before, Hanno has. He's not all innocent.
Yeah. You're growing up to your age,
He knows it.
Welcome, Hanno, anyway.
Hanno's a bully.
No.
Thanks for coming on, Hanno. You're a bit late, but never mind. But,
no, sorry.
Fair. Let's give Hanno the stage about the Spurs Man City referee decision. What do you think? You personally,
I don't think anyone can deny it. Atrocious decision. But look, there's reasons. For me, the only reason is he thought Grealish was offside, and he was instinct kicked in and he blew the whistle. Would Grealish have scored? We don't know. We will never know.
Never know. No.
But that just it is how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. For City, Simon Hooper, I think it's his second year in the Prem, or 2.5 years now in the Prem, so bit new to it, but.
We didn't know if he was a new keeper or not. So, new ref, so you've cleared that up. So it's his second season, did you say?
I think so, but let me just check. But
we were trying. Me and Mr. B were trying to think: is he relatively new or?
Yeah. But I think he should get a punishment. No. It's been in the Premier League since 2018, so.
Bloody hell! Okay, so he's a seasoned veteran, then, Steve.
No.
He's a seasoned veteran, Steve.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but.
Yeah, so.
It didn't seem like it, did it? The other day, you seemed like a novice.
Well, yeah. But like you said, we're all humans.
It was in the Football League from 08 till 18, 2018, and then went up. 2018 Premier League. It was in the National League till 2008. So it made a rise, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about referees tend to start off in lower leagues, and then they're evaluated, then they move up, and then they're evaluated again, and then when in the Championship, they're evaluated, they're scrutinised very, very rigorously, and then if they're good enough, they make it to the Premier League. So he's done it gradually, which is a good way of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So I know this because I've got my mate's a referee. He knows the steps they take.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Lower league referee.
he started in 2018 September, where he refereed the game between Newcastle and Leicester.
Not an easy game to referee.
No.
But
Not
then
easy
he
at all.
didn't ref for a long time. He was the referee who made that decision. United Wolves. With Onana and Wolves.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah,
Oh.
same ref.
Oh, now we. Oh, so he's made loads of errors then.
Oh, right.
Also, he made the Tottenham Liverpool era.
No.
Oh.
Same ref.
What's he still doing in the league?
So yeah.
Punish him.
Oh,
No league. National League and go back. Start again.
But so that's the thing. He didn't really ref any big games since 2018 till now, I think.
Because he done Sheffield United Liverpool last night, didn't he?
Don't know.
Yeah, I think he did. I think they were saying that he's back in the hot seat at Bramall Lane.
But yeah, that's really
Wow, I didn't know that. Jesus,
but that was like and 2018 of course was his first match in the Premier League, that Leicester Newcastle one. Then of course these three was really on one. So yeah.
Let's clear that up. Let's clear that up then. Thank you, Hanno.
Always a pleasure. But for me,
So,
like
he's part of this.
Whoa. Hold on, Hanno, go on. Keep going, Hanno. No, because you hadn't finished.
No, go on, mate. Yeah, go on.
No, for me, just like with VAR, it's also just like Chris said in one of the comments, it's after the technology. They don't know how to use the technology, and they also don't know how to implement that technology with the rules. That's the main difference. But I think that's clear to everyone. That's clear to everyone.
That's what Manny's saying. How it's implemented well in the Bundesliga, and how the referee is final say in the Bundesliga, and they don't surround the referee as much, and their VAR is better than ours. And like I said, we're 2 steps back from the Bundesliga, and they'll always be 2 steps ahead.
I have to say, like, even La Liga has a few dodgy decisions.
Bundesliga is very good, though. Bundesliga is very good. I watch a lot of it.
I don't watch Bundesliga. For me, for me, I watched one Serie A game. I think it was Juve Inter.
Oh, the old lady.
It was a big game. It was a big game last season.
The old lady.
It was boring.
I'll tell you what, back in the day, because Manny will agree with me, back in the day, Channel 4 used to do a lot of Serie A games on lunchtime kickoffs on Sunday. You remember? Yeah. And I used to watch a lot of them, and I remember there was one player that I used to like in that league. I think he played for Sampdoria, I think, but most prominently AC Milan. Do you remember someone called Jean-Pierre Papin?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Oh, Jean-Pierre Papin, of course, French legend.
Yeah.
He was very good. He was one of the best players I've seen in Serie A.
He was class. Quality.
He's small, but his ball.
By the way, boys, I've actually got the City Tottenham highlights on my screen. I might just watch that whole play again, which had them hopping mad.
Hopping mad.
Just saw Kulusevski equalising.
Do you watch Bundesliga? Do you watch like Munich and Dortmund and Hanover and stuff like that? And Munich 1860.
I do get coverage of a few of the games.
Yeah. Is it just the big ones mainly?
I really haven't watched like Bundesliga. I want to watch it because of course for Champions League and stuff like that. Can't do it. I know I probably should.
There's just man who was on about how they don't sort of the referee and their technology is a little bit better now. So I've watched a few and I've said I have to agree with it. It's so different to the way we do it. It's so different.
But also, I know some leagues adopted the style of the World Cup where they work on the shoulder, and not the sleeve to the sleeve.
Yeah, I think that's what they do in Serie A and Bundesliga. I think that's where who was it? Wenger. Yeah, Wenger is on the board of that. And
just saw the play right now. He thought Hannah was spot on. He thought that Grealish was offside, but the linesman didn't even raise his flag for some reason.
Yeah,
I think you're only going to put I think you're only going to be offside if the ball ends up in in the back of the net. Then you go to VAR if he did score eventually. Essentially, if he did score, hypothetical, I know, but if he did,
like I said, I think just natural instinct kicked in. He thought there's something was wrong.
Yeah, but I think this whole thing about the linesman don't put up the flag right away. I think if he had scored, then it might have gone to VAR. Then it'd been the offside instead of the foul and the that. If he continued to play, if Grealish had scored, then I think it might have gone to VAR. The flag might have gone up. Who knows? We'll never know. But it might have gone. But I think it had gone to VAR.
Yeah,
because your element, you looked a bit offside, didn't you? You were a little bit skeptical. You looked offside.
Yeah,
but
you're the one said offside. So I'll take your opinion. I'm thinking, if you think it's offside, from what you've seen, I know what you said, Manny, about he didn't raise his flag. He was never going to. If he was offside, I think the flag might have gone up and then it would have gone to VAR. If you think he was offside, if you think there's a slight offside call, then it would have gone to VAR. You know it would have. Like most of the things now, if there's a little bit of controversy, it'll go to VAR. Like everything is now, and it shouldn't. It should be your own peace of mind. You should go with your head instead of VAR.
Yeah,
but it will go to VAR. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, they could just physically say, "Look, come on, VAR, you're wrong. I know what I'm talking about."
Yeah, they should be able to do that, but
and just
like I said,
say, "Look, you've got your opinion, but I've got mine. I'm the referee. I've made the decision. I'm going to go with it." You know,
be nice, but they always side. Like I said, like Manny said, I like to hear what they say to the VAR room and VAR say back to them. I'd love to hear it all.
That's what I like so much about rugby.
We're all about cricket. How we hear everything the cricket say, the third umpire and the umpires. We hear that in cricket.
Cricket for me, like the LBW, they can move the lines and stuff, but that's just my opinion. But rugby, you hear what they are saying to each other, and you also see it, and in the stadium you see it on the screen, which is
okay.
Fantastic.
They show you it. They don't show that in football.
No. So
there's a little bit of difference there.
Yeah, but of course in the stadium you can't hear what the refs are discussing, but you can at least see like the picture. They're showing like on the TV.
Because we're on about in cricket you can hear what they're saying. In American football, because Manny does American football, Buccaneers. You can hear what they're saying. And in rugby union, you like you said, you can see the picture. Football's way behind the times. They need to have some kind of interaction with people in the stadium and people watching at home. There's got to be some kind of balance there.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I've got. That's the only grief I've got with the VAR. We need to hear what they're saying and see if there is anything that is wrong or what they're saying, and we can all have a discussion about what they said on another stream. That's all. It'd be nice if we could hear them.
Exactly.
But apart from that,
anyway, Hanno, what's your views on the standard of refereeing at the moment?
I think it varies from referee to referee. In most cases, but the overall, it is poor. But we have to say, 2018 World Cup. I think it was this year's World Cup. They chose 0 English referees, and we saw the refereeing wasn't that bad in the World Cup. Of course, there's going to be few inconsistent decisions, but that just shows you the quality of English referees specifically is beyond atrocious.
I remember one World Cup. I can't remember if it's I can't remember if it was about 8 years ago or just 12 years ago. We had a referee from there. He's from Hertfordshire. I can't remember his name. Trevor or someone. Oh, no, it weren't Kettle, but his name's Trevor. I remember him giving 3 yellow cards and then sending him off. If you remember that.
You talk about what's his name? Howard Webb. Is it not?
No, this bloke was from Hertfordshire. I can't remember his name. He's from Hertfordshire. I remember him giving 3 yellow cards before sending him off.
Graham Poll.
Thank you, Graham Poll. Yeah, he gave 3 yellow cards in a World Cup game. 3 yellow cards, then sent him off.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Terrible. I know. I remember it. Yeah. Dreadful. Absolutely disgusting.
Because I was sitting there going, "Hold on, it should be a red." And you can put it yellow. I'm like, "That's 3 now." And then he sent him off. I was like, "Because he can do yellows." I was like, "I'm sure he's had 2 yellows." Me and my mate, my dad, sitting there going, "He's had 2 yellows. Surely he's had 2 yellows." And then he put a 3rd yellow. But that's 3 now. And then he sent him off. I'm like, where did he come 3 yellow cards for a red card? Have I missed a trick here somewhere? Is it 3 in the World Cup?
I mean, getting back to this, though, a sort of argument I'll put forward here is that actually in the European games, Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference, the standard of refereeing is much worse than ours.
Sometimes I've seen the referees be okay. The worst one I've seen was that Newcastle PSG where that penalty was never a penalty.
Yeah.
This is where VAR comes into it. Well, this is a very good point. VAR showed the penalty for PSG from behind Livermore. He weren't. You see it in front where he hits his chest and then hits his hand. The VAR showed from the back, so you don't see it hit his chest. All you do is see his arm. Why didn't they show it from the front? Why are they showing from the back? They showed the back. They showed from the back. So if you see, it's his chest and his arm. We see that. But when the referee went over to the monitor, all he sees it is from the back. So you're not going to see the ball hit his chest. All you're going to see is his arm. Where's the fucking camera angle for that?
Exactly. Where? They should have had that.
Because they should have had a camera angle with him where the ball is in front of him, so he can see it in his chest and then his arm. All they saw is his arm because they showed it from the back. I swear half these cameras ain't rigged up.
The thing is, Newcastle were robbed, wouldn't they, with that decision? It's
never
a penalty.
Never a penalty.
No. Yeah. How the hell was it? I don't know.
That's how bad VR and the referee are that game. But I've seen some Champions League games where they are good. They are really good. But like you said, I'll probably say most European Europa League games and the Conference League games, the referee is a bit below par, very below par.
I watch it and I keep saying to myself, where the hell they got these refs from? Where are they getting them from? An amateur league?
Do you mean Champions League and Europa League or
pretty much the whole
I think he's all about Europe in general. I think he's talking about all the competitions in Europe, all of them. I know there's one referee from Afghanistan who does it because they class it as Europe. So there's one from Afghanistan. I think he's done 2 Conference League games. That's the only one I know that's out left field.
Yeah.
But I know it's from Afghanistan because they said first Afghanistan to referee a Conference League game.
That's interesting because I think English referees are worse than European referees.
I don't know. There's a few dodgy foreigners out there. I know there's a few.
Yeah, but most of the English referees are dodgy. Name me, out of the whole of England, name me 10.
Are we talking about past and present?
Present.
About now, modern times or in the past?
Modern. 10 referees.
I was going to say, because I'd be like that Italian referee if we're going on past.
That's the only one, maybe.
Modern, no, to be fair, modern times, English.
Who knows?
No,
I can't say, can we? Ain't got a clue.
foreign.
They all make mistakes. They've all made mistakes. Every single one.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not arguing.
yeah. There's one or two foreign managers that I can't name that they're okay, but they're not exactly world class.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably have to agree with you.
No, that's. I don't think the refs outside of Europe are world class top. I just think there's more good referees outside of England than inside of England. Like
I'll probably say so. Yeah, I'll give that one.
Let's say there's 100 English refs in the Championship and Premier League or League One till Premier League.
Yeah.
There's 100 refs. And in Bundesliga, Serie A, and the French league.
France, you can't beat the French league. Their referees are awful.
Okay. La Liga, let's take La Liga.
Yeah,
it's the Farmers League anyway, isn't it? It's the Farmers
French
League.
league are awful.
La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga. I think there's 100 refs. There's more better refs out of those 100 in the.
So we're going to say. In England, out of the 100 referees, there's probably 20 good referees, and out of the other leagues, there's 100. You're saying there's about 60 better. A 40% increase.
I mean, another thing now is they're actually letting the game go more, which I don't like. With the, there's so many bad tackles.
I'd love to go further. Stop starting. I don't like it. I like it to flow. If there's a permanent foul, if there's a blatant foul, you've got to stop play. But if you can move a little bit faster, I'm all for it.
But some of the tackling has been bad, mate. And
no. I'm saying if it is bad, from my point of view, right, I watch the game, right, and I see a bad tackle and he's let it flow. Yeah, I'm first one to go wild, and that's a free kick. Why is it letting it go? But if it's a little slight tackle, he's gone through the player, but got the ball first, and he's let it flow. I'm all for it. He hasn't been conned. Because I thought I don't know the bit to Arsenal, but they conned the referee on Tuesday. They failed every opportunity and they got every free kick. Conned him. They conned him. We were robbed and they conned him.
Are you talking about with that fourth goal that they had?
No, the fourth goal, right? The fourth goal. The only problem I got with the fourth goal is the free kick was a free kick. It was very, very fucking soft. But well, because I was behind the goal, I didn't see the full thing. But my mate who's in the lower stand of that, where he saw it, said it was very soft. But the problem I've got is the phase of play was the referee should have blown the whistle when the ball was headed out. That's the end of phase. That's the end of phase of the free kick. The free kick should have been played. Yes, I totally agree with that. But when the free kick was played and the ball was headed away, that should have been the whistle then. Instead of playing it to Odegaard, then Zinchenko, then back to Odegaard to cross in. I don't know where that time come from. That's a new passage of play. The ball should have gone in for the free kick. Once it headed away, the whistle should have gone then.
Yeah.
It's not a goal scoring opportunity.
It's not. Like but if it's headed away, I know it starts a second. It starts a second phase of a move. If it's headed away, that's the end of the phase because it's played from a free kick. Once it's headed away and back in play, that's the next phase of play. And I know you've seen it. Hannah, you've seen it as much as I have. When there's a full corner kick, I've seen the referee blow up on the corner for a full time. People even take the corner. I see them.
Like, unless it's like close to the box, the ball, then no. But yeah,
the ball's outside the area. Head it outside the box. That's the end of play for me. That's the end of the phase. Once he played Odegaard played to Zinchenko, that's a new passage of play. He should have blown. But that's my view. Everyone can have their own view. If they say it weren't, it's still goal opportunity. Fair enough. But I just think it's a new phase of play. That's all. That's my view. If you still think it was a goal scoring opportunity, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. I'm not going to dispute it. Everyone has their right to have a discussion here.
But
I can't get everyone to agree with me. If everyone agreed with me, it'd be a boring stream, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, because I'm mostly wrong all the time anyway. So I'm wrong
I think
50%,
established, fella,
95% of the time anyway.
not everyone does agree with you, Stepsy. I'm sorry.
No one agrees with me. Hanno and predictions don't agree with me.
No.
I swear he's got a vendetta
agree
against me. He's got a vendetta against me.
To be fair, I need some predictions. But not gonna lie, I need Luton to get something against City, and I think you will. Like I am backing you so much against City, you know.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, it's going to be very difficult. There again on Saturday, and there again on Sunday.
You need to go, yeah.
Yeah. No. I will just put it in my socials in the comments.
Hold on, mate. Hold on. I'll put you on here. You just shout them out quickly, yeah? Shout out quickly.
Instagram, Hannah's. No, first, YouTube, Coach's Corner. Instagram, underscore Coach _ Corner. And then Twitter, _830030. TikTok, Coach Corner 1. So yeah, go follow me on there. New video out, championship preview, game week 20. So if you're into the championship, go give that a watch. So yeah. But thank you for having me on. Sorry, I was joining on for like 20 minutes.
Cheers again, man.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, fella. You have a good one, yeah? Cheers, mate. Brilliant. Everyone go and subscribe to him. I know he's brilliant. Yeah, great channel.
That's great.
Going from strength to strength, you know. Please go and sub and like to his channel. Brilliant. So anyway, I think we'll obviously bounce in a minute because this went on a bit longer than I thought it was going to. But
no, good discussion. I'm glad Hannah got his. I'm glad Hannah got his PC as well because he's got good football knowledge. Hannah.
Yeah, is he doing another stream in a minute or so? Is he doing something?
I don't know. I had nothing. I thought he was doing another. I thought he was doing another cricket one because I thought he was going to do one. But he said he was doing one Wednesday. He said he was doing one Wednesday because I was obviously at Arsenal for the Monday one. He said he was doing another one Wednesday, but I don't know if he's doing it or not. So, but it
might be a watch along to one of the games being played tonight because obviously there are 2 Premier League games being played.
Yeah.
And,
Newcastle.
I've actually got the telly on for Everton, Newcastle, and there's Spurs and West Ham taking place 45 minutes after that. Newcastle's going to be interesting because, of course, Nick Pope is injured, so Dubravka's come in, and there's talk about Newcastle getting Aaron Ramsdale on loan in January. My advice to all Magpies fans: avoid Ramsdale like the
Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do it. Avoid him like the play. He ain't good enough for you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And besides, we're not going to let him go unless we can get a replacement, unless we're such gluttons of punishment that we'd rather go into the second half of the season with only David Raya and Carl Hein. No chance.
How about Flecken? You can have Flecken if you want. He's all yours, mate. You know, you can have.
You give us Flecken, we can. You give us Flecken, we can give you Ramsdale or Hein. Take your pick.
Rather than Ramsdale, I'll tell you.
You want Flecken? You want Flecken?
And Flecken, I'll tell you. Rather than Flecken, we want Ramsdale, mate. We'd have him all day. I'll tell you, because our goalie's shite, basically. So we'd take any other goalie, I think. Wouldn't mind Kaminsky either, I'll tell you.
You don't have him. No one's having him. Hands off. Yeah, he's been great this season.
He has, mate. Yeah, he made some great saves against Arsenal, I thought. He made some brilliant saves there.
Yeah.
And I know you obviously lost, but
conceded 4 though. But well, he couldn't be blamed for any of them, really. I don't think they were good. They were well taken goals. But people are saying, Ray should have saved the Barkley shot. It's hard to get down when you're a big keeper. It's hard to get down low. It's hard to get down low. But I thought Barkley that was sweet.
It didn't look great, that save. I've got to admit. You know, he let it go through. Under his body.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Raya's not the tallest bloke, so he should have a bit of a lower centre of gravity. Yeah. It shouldn't be easy for him to get down.
He comes from Brentford. What do you expect? Greatness.
Oh, fuck off, Steps.
Yeah, that's a cheap shot. Nicely done there, sir.
Ouch!
Come on, Stepsy, you're out, mate. You'll get the red card soon.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
fed up.
I'm sorry. I'm only
Well,
messing with you.
technically because you let him back in, that's the orange card right there.
Yeah,
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 there's a
orange
sin bin.
card.
Yeah, that's a sin bin. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the sin bin. You go back.
Yeah,
You're
it's
back
in bin.
on
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. You and Manny can talk about if you let me back in or not.
You committed a major thing there, error
Major punishment. Yeah.
and
I'm
punishment.
a glutton. I'm a glutton for
that's it.
punishment. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Saying about Brentford, that's wrong, man.
Well, the smallest club in London, apart from Lake Law, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, just because we beat you, man, that's sour grapes, you know.
Yeah, we weren't.
Under the
That
pub.
weren't Luton. That weren't Luton. That was Luton rejects.
We still beat you.
Wait till you come to our place. It'll be totally different.
It's still a win, Stepsy.
Wait till you come to our place. Wait till you come to our place. It'll be different.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, and if Tony's still playing, I'll give him.
believe
If Tony's
that when
playing,
I see it,
and
mate,
if Tony's
you know
playing,
what happens.
I'll give him the biggest load of jip ever. If Tony's playing, I'll whip him all day, all night, all 90 minutes. I'll rip him if he plays. Hopefully, he'll be at Manny's club by then.
Well, I don't know. I think he's staying. I think.
What about Tony, Manny?
If Arteta has anything to do with it, Tony ain't coming to us.
You should go for Watkins instead. I recommend him to go. Go for Watkins.
No, I think if Villa ever get rid of him, it'll be the worst sacrifice they've ever made. If they do, he's an outlet, very good outlet.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money as well. I think.
Yeah, and he's proved that money well.
Anyway, fellas, we better go. You can shout your socials out. You first, Stepsy. Say yours first, mate.
Yeah, obviously my YouTube is Stepsy Hatter YT. I will put more content out when I get over this anxiety stuff that I'm going through. It's just I can't really cope with doing it on my own at the moment. It's getting on top of me a little bit, but I will get through it. I will as soon as I'm a little bit better and a little bit more confident, I'll put more content out. You can find me there, obviously, and you can find me at Instagram, StepsyBoy, and you can find me on Snapchat at StepsyBoy82.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Nice one. Yeah, everyone sub to Stephen. It's a newest channel, but it's going well. It's up and coming and going really well. We'll get better. It will grow even more as when you get more content out. Oh, man, he's gone. I was going to shout his socials out, but never mind. But yeah, as I say, everyone sub to Stephen's channel. So great channel. I will get content out. Many Luton channels out there. Not many Luton Town, is there? There's T-Boy and whatever, but
yeah,
there's not loads, is there? So it's good to have another Luton Town channel. I'd like to see another Brentford channel, but we've only got the one, and that's me, I think. So, but obviously it's all going well. I don't know why. Actually, I've lost a couple of subs. I don't know what the fuck I've done wrong, to be quite honest, to lose a couple of subs.
Oh.
I'm back down to 76, so I don't know why that's happened, but I mean, I don't think I've offended anyone or done something wrong, but for the people that have been watching, and I know there is still quite a few, and people have been in the live chat. Thank you for your support, and keep it up and keep coming, keep watching, and that'd be great. And obviously Manny was in there, and follow him as well. He goes on plenty of channels and hosts plenty of stuff, Hanos and various others. So follow him and everything, and obviously Hano as well. Subscribe to him. So all great channels, and obviously I've got stuff coming up. I've got the review, obviously, for that Brighton game coming up tomorrow. At some stage, don't know what time yet. Might be 3, might be 4, possibly. Not totally sure.
Let's give my review.
And then I've got the preview thing for the Sheffield United game on Saturday. So that's going to be early, probably on a Saturday. If you're up for coming on, Stepsy, you're welcome to, mate.
Yeah, give my view on Man City. What I know and what I find out during the week. Be nice.
Yeah, man.
Obviously I can't do Saturday, so Friday's fine.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
yeah. It's fine, mate. It's fine.
Tomorrow's
Because
fine.
obviously I've got to do it all because it's obviously coming up, isn't it? It's all fucking coming up.
Yeah,
now.
tomorrow's fine. You just hit me on Instagram what time you want to do it tomorrow, and I'll hop on.
Yeah, man. No worries, bro. But anyway, this is a bit I hate doing, and it's trying to say goodbye because it's time.
All you got to do is
a bit of opera
have a
now.
good best of the night, people.
Goodbye.
If I don't speak to you, it's like have a good night, people. I don't see you in the morning. Good day, good evening, and good night. Peace out.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. What Stephen just said.
Take care, people.
Bye.
Night.